Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Monday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early. It's 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Today I came across two videos. The links will be down below. It's on Twitter. It's actually on this far right Twitter account called Right Wing Watch. A lot of you have probably heard of this. It's a video by Nick Fuentes. I'm sure you've heard of him. And DALTON CLODFELTER. I had never heard of this guy either. After I watched these videos, I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating. I felt sick to my stomach. I swear in the Bible, I had to wait. I haven't even had my usual protein drink for breakfast. I actually felt sick to my stomach. My hands, sometimes when I get angry, I've probably told these guys before, when I get in fights or I get angry, my adrenaline flows, my hands get numb and they start shaking. And I had a hard time operating my computer and my phone this morning. Seriously, I got so angry watching these and scared. I'll flat out admit it's scared. Let me start with the first one. Like I said, the links are down below. In all seriousness, before I start railing on these guys, and I would never threaten anybody, but I would advise them that not all. They have this picture of liberals or leftists being blue-haired little snowflakes, and I just like to point out to them that we're all not like that. I think that's one of the main reasons I love having this channel, is because I pretty much break the mold, that stereotype of a liberal snowflake. I actually sent I'm regretting this. I'm kind of regretting this now because it goes out of my. I usually have more control, but DALTON CLODFELTER, I think it is. I think it was, yeah, it was him. I sent a tweet telling him my usual line that I'd like to find him and make him spit his teeth like chiclets, which I've done before. I've broken people's bones. I've broken arms. I've broken noses, jaws, skulls. Stuff I'm proud of, but after you watch these videos, you'll understand why I'm saying this. Deep down, you guys have watched my videos. I'm an empath. I have a lot of empathy and love and compassion for people. But just below the surface, I almost consider it one of my last faults. Really, it's the anger, the rage that I know is still deep down there. That I lose control sometimes if I'm pushed too far. That I just black out. And being a recovering addict, I can't have that, And if I needed to, I could call on this and make an ungodly mess of people like Nick Fuentes and DALTON CLODFELTER. You're going to understand why I'm saying this if you watch the video. I don't randomly just say stuff like that to people. Let me start with Nick Fuentes first. Okay, now keep watching because I looked up people that suffer from SPS syndrome, small penis syndrome. And I'm going to go there again. Nick Fuentes, he's got this video. Now, honestly, I saw this video on Flipboard, my app, where I look up different stories, liberal stories, conservative stories, and I thought it was out of context. I was like, he can't actually be saying this. He must be making a point. This has to be out of context, and it wasn't. It wasn't out of context, and that's when I just started. It was a combination of rage and fear. He's talking about women, and he says it's not enough just to go back to the 50s. He wants to go back to the the Dark Ages, like what they did to witches in the Dark Ages. That's what they need to do to women now. Women need to be taken out of the workplace. People should be policed for their actions in the bedroom. Everybody should be the same. Kids, when you're 18 or what do you say, 17, 18, 19, you should get married, and birth control should be illegal, and you should have these huge families. It was so anti-woman, anti-female. I didn't believe it was real at first. Even knowing who Nick Fuentes is, I couldn't believe. I was shocked. Let me say this, in all seriousness, before I start getting into the small penis stuff. if you, even if you're a Trump supporter, or if you think you like Nick Fuentes, take a good look at this. Take a good look at this video. And is this really how you think your mother, your sister, your aunt, your relative, the women you love in your life, do you really think this is how they deserve to be treated? Like I've talked about before, from my point of view, men and women, it's a team, a man and a woman. What made this whole country great is the diversity. Being an artist, this is something I especially believe in. And you have to watch. Half the stuff I can't even say that Nick Fuentes wants to control what he wants to do to women, to subjugate women. That's it, just plain and simple. This is where he wants to take the country, where he wants to go with the country. And I was going to compare him and Dalton. I'm going to get to Dalton Clodfelter next, but I was going to compare him, of course. Everybody on Twitter, compared him to 1940s Germany. And part of me is like, you know what? I think obviously they're almost identical. I think they actually enjoy that comparison. They strive for that comparison. So I want to compare them more to the Taliban, to Afghanistan. When I did a video last week about a white truck. I went to pull my car in, and there was this huge, jacked up, I'll get to that in a second, white truck with a huge American flag on the back. I swear to God, when I see these vehicles, this Trumpism, this MAGA thing is taking over the flag. When I see this, I don't think of America, of my America. I think of their America. I see a Taliban truck, except with American flag. The same coin, just same sides of the same coin, really. And I think, just because they call their God by two different names, they believe they're completely different, the Taliban and Trumpers and MAGA and Nick Fuentes and people like that. Okay, now I thought I was already angry enough once I'd seen Nick Fuentes' video. And I happened to scroll a little up and down from on this Right Wing Watch Twitter feed to Dalton Clodfelter. And this just blew my mind. This just put me over the top. He says he's pro-bullying. He thinks people bring it back. People, if you're fat, you should be bullied. If you're stupid, you should be bullied to educate yourself. If you're gay, if you're trans, any of this stuff, any diversity should be stomped out. We should all act exact. We should look the same, dress the same, act the same, worship the same God, speak the same language, same accent, same food, same music, same everything. We should all, and this like I said, being an artist, this freaking horrifies me. What made America America? Italian people, Irish people, Chinese people, people from all over the globe came here, and the people that were already here, and everybody had their own specific foods and talents and music, and that's what inspired our surging ahead in technology. With I'm not sure if we invented televisions or cars. In the 1900s, America surged forward. I believe 100% this was due to diversity. Let me say this. I don't know if a lot of you know this. Native Americans, I'm part Native American, are excellent high steel workers. They are sought out to work on the high steel because of their balance. They're for some reason, Native Americans have incredible balance. I don't know if it's because of big feet. I'm saying this in all seriousness. I have abnormally large feet, size 15. I don't know if that's it, but I've always had an incredibly good balance. But this is what made America. This is the single thing. Our diversity, our tolerance to bring people together under freedom, real freedom. Not, what these guys are talking about isn't freedom, man. This is the opposite of freedom. So Dalton Clodfelter, you got to see the video. Like I said, it literally made me physically sick. And both of these guys have this image in their head that liberals, blue-haired liberals that are snowflakes. And this is one of the reasons I love having this channel. Because at 6'3", not just my size and my shape at my age, but what I've been through, the physical altercations I've been through, and the stuff I've had to do, doesn't make me a far cry from a snowflake. If I needed to reach down, let me say this. Like I said, Dalton Clodfelter. Let me leave you with this. He talked about bullying. Now, I was a large kid, and I was a little overweight, and I remember this specifically. I remember this kid making fun of me, calling him da 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 fat man. My father was still alive, so I was like 7 or 8 years old, and he kept doing it. And my parents were inside with his parents. And he kept doing it and kept doing it. And this is before drugs. So this is one of my very first fights. I grabbed him by the hair, 7 or 8 years old. And I remember I started pounding his head onto the cement. And he started laughing. I guess I wasn't doing it hard enough. And I had this rage inside me that I wanted to wipe that smile off his face. And I did it until there was blood. It's 8 years old on the cement. Parents came running out. Obviously my mother and father had to leave. They put me in the truck. My father was driving a Dodge, red, white, and blue Dodge Power Wagon, and he was a hard, tried and true Democrat, and he was a man's man, without a doubt. Firefighter, fighter, everything. And we're in the truck driving home, and I told him what happened. I thought I was going to get yelled at. And he said, "No, you stuck up for yourself. Good job." But this is what being bullied leads to a lack of self-confidence, without a doubt. That's what led me to drugs. That's one of the things that led me to drugs. When I got clean and sober, it wasn't because other people were bullying me. I did it for myself. That's the only way you can get clean, because you believe in yourself. Bullying is the opposite of that. That's when you are shamed into change, I don't believe people can change through that way. You're shamed into hiding who you are, shielding it from other people. I see I'm running long on time. I just want to say this. I came across a couple things. I came across 8 signs of guys that suffer from SPS, small penis syndrome. Overcompensation. All these, Donald Trump, by the way, hits every one of these. Overcompensation. Vehicles with a lift or jacked up trucks. The link to this will be right down below, so you can see the article for yourselves. Unwarranted rage or jealousy. Men who are obsessed with their appearance. Refusing to relate to anything feminine. Hits these guys right on the head. Being dramatic. I can't read this. I can't read the 7th one I wrote. Being a player, that's what it was. And then 8th was miscellaneous. And one of the miscellaneous things was always carrying a weapon. Every one of these, this is SPS, small penis syndrome, which I think both, and I don't want to keep going. I am no adult film star or anything like that. I'll just, I'm not talking about myself here, but I truly believe that these guys have issues below the belt. There's no other reasons why they would want to be in control of women so they're not laughed at. I'll put some of the links down below. Men thinking they're laughed at because of their. Like I said, I hate going back to that, but it's kind of obvious. All right, I see I ran along. I want to talk more about this. You guys, check out the links down below. Nick Fuentes and Dalton Clodfelter. Good Lord. Even if you're a Republican, please take a close look at what you're voting for. This isn't America. Not at all. This is the opposite of America. All right, you guys have a good Monday.